hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Dad vs. Dad podcast.
That's right. Podcast where we bring in our petty issues and you let us know if they're just making mountains out of molehills.
Or serious issues.
This is Kev over here.
Over here, I'm Kev. And that is Jeremy. He's over there.
That's right. Here I am.
And also, sometimes we bring in more than just mountains or hills.
Yeah. I found some fun news stories this week.
Yeah.
One, actually.
I got none.
No newses? Anything fun happened this week?
So many fun things. My new job is really intense and...
you can't talk about it.
No, I can't talk about any of it. And that's why I think I need to stay away from news.
Yeah, okay. Here's some fun news. Queensland racehorse tests positive for cocaine following a win in a $200,000 race.
Okay.
Can you imagine the size of the straw they'd need for him?
What, like just shove it right down the back of his nose?
I mean,
what
they'd have
kind
to.
of horse is he? How would a horse react on cocaine?
Well, it wins races. That's how it reacts.
They have big hearts, though. Do you think they have bigger heart attacks?
Oh, yeah, they would. They'd be the biggest heart attacks.
Man. It's one race, $200,000, and then it's like dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas you could just have a good horse, feed him a little bit of... What's the lesser version of cocaine? Meth.
I don't know. It's like the dirtier version, I think.
Well, I think so. Just give him a little glass bowl.
Yeah.
He'll be right.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they were training him for the Cocaine Bear sequel.
What's a cocaine?
Horse. Haven't you heard of that? There's a movie called Cocaine Bear. It's about a bear who gets into some cocaine and then murders people. I think it's supposed to be like one of those horror movies, kind of like
a
Sharknado, that kind of thing.
B-grade horror film. I don't like when it's intentionally shit.
Yeah. I
like when things are intentionally shit, but not like over the top.
Yeah.
Like Sharknado or Piranhas.
Yeah, they're dumb. Anyway, I stole those jokes from Mike Hunt. No fun.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we do have to do quick ones today because we have places to be and episodes to record. Now, quickly.
Yes.
Who won last week? And do we have any comments?
I've lost my phone.
Oh my god, I'll get them up. Okay.
Sorry.
Public servants.
Yeah. What happened? Tell me what happened.
Looks like public servants are the winner.
Yeah.
Someone's picturing this as wasted public servants.
Wasted?
Okay. Don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Huh?
Wasted public servants. Okay. Upset tummy. There's a saying, the boss gets $1, I get a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
Which is fine, unless you're in a call center.
Yeah. And apparently,
maybe
this one of our listeners, this happens to them all the time. They're needing to pee right after the poo. So yeah, that's got a vote up too. Let's see. Hang on.
Get tested. Get tested
no,
now.
It's a normal thing.
Cancerous butthole.
It's a normal thing.
Cancerous butt.
That's what butts do. Hang on. We're just double checking. Make sure the winner is
Kevin, though. Is it Kevin?
Oh, it is Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
The upset tummy in social situations won.
Oi, have you ever, I remember going to one of Dad's friends' parties. So Dad went to his friend's house. We went to the friend's house also. They were out the back drinking and doing all of that.
Yeah.
And as a young kid, you're like, I wonder what drinks they've got. So I grabbed an apple juice. I'm like, oh, how good's apple juice? Drank like a whole bottle. Spent half the night in the toilet. It was insane. People would be like, I mean, they're outdoors drinking. I'm like this 10-year-old constantly in the toilet. They're like, mate, if you need to go, just piss in a bush. You're a boy. I'm not pissing.
Oh, cry baby.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was horrible.
We had some Sue comments on YouTube.
Hey, Sue.
Kev, that endless poop happened to me at Bible study the other day. I was there for an eternity, which was fine. But when I came out, found they were all waiting for me. That made it all the more awkward. And you have Dexies? I'll buy some off you.
Oh, no.
Oh, and apparently...
Not for sale.
Potpourri comes in a can now. Think of it as projectile potpourri.
Oh, that's great.
All right, anyway, your mountains. What's your first?
The first thing you would do walking out of that toilet in a church would just be like, Amen.
Yeah.
You would have to. You'd have to have a good saying like, forgive me, Lord.
Yeah. Your house is the hottest house on the planet.
Yeah,
I don't know
I've
what
got
the
no
deal is.
insulation, no proper
Madness.
aircon.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This is how we live.
mountain time.
Okay. This week we do have quick mountains, and this one is actually the biggest mountain and would probably suck to climb a mountain or a molehill. It
Mount
doesn't.
Everest?
No. It's knees. Knees are my mountain.
Yeah, okay, knees are the worst.
So how many, I remember so we have hereditary bad knees. I think it might just be like people have bad knees and we never rode bikes enough.
Yeah.
But the first time I dislocated my knee, okay, was throwing a ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then every other time is just like on, off, on, off, on, off. I remember you, as a teenager, dislocated your knee and it popped out and you would just sit on the ground bashing the shit out of it, trying to get it back in. Yeah. Like, ah.
Yeah.
And then I remember it happened on the trampoline.
That was the first time it happened.
Yeah. Just insane.
Yeah, it used to happen a lot.
Yeah. And then eventually it got so bad that you went to open the fridge, you leaned down weird, both your knees popped out.
Well, because one of them was already injured at the time.
Yeah.
And the other one was weak from carrying the whole team. So, yeah, I opened the fridge and both of them.
I remember all I heard was, ah. And the cupboard that held all the cups dropped as well.
Yeah.
So everything was like just chaos. You were on the ground, the fridge door was open, there's a bang in the cupboard. What have I walked into? Your whole life on the floor and knees all over the place.
Yeah. However,
Yeah.
there is a cure for knees.
Riding bikes?
Riding bikes.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, when I was riding my bikes regularly, my knees were better than anyone's knees on the planet. Amazing. But yeah, they are pretty bad element to humans. Like, if you ever find yourself in a Christian atheist debate, whatever, and, they're arguing, oh, God made man to be whatever, in his image, to be perfect and all this, you go, mate, knees. He wouldn't have made knees. Not like that, he wouldn't.
He did not work on these.
No.
That was like Jesus going, Dad, can I help?
Yeah.
Walked in.
What are these things?
Oh, you ruined it. Get out. This is due by Thursday. So, okay. Knees are terrible.
Yeah.
My worst knee experience. Okay. I think yours would have to be the fridge, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. My worst one. So, I used to do a YouTube channel called One Riff PPKB where I'd record music videos.
Yep.
Anyway, so it was a Christmas special. I was like, okay, I got to dress as Santa. I'm terrified of heights, and even like climbing up a ladder is like the scariest thing for me. So I climbed up a ladder, dressed as Santa, and climbed on the roof. And then the moment when you get onto the roof, it's like there's this tiny little leap. Like, how am I going to do this? If I make it up, is it going to be scary?
Yeah.
And what if I don't make it? What if I drop? I don't know. Like, you, as a fear of heights and even climbing, like, it's just everything going through my mind.
Yeah.
So I finally like push that last step from the ladder onto the roof, land onto my good knee, and it pops.
Yeah.
And I'm on the roof like, dressed as Santa.
Yeah.
The neighbours are looking through the mirror, the window next door, like, why is he on the roof?
Yeah.
Why is he yelling?
Yeah.
And then proceeds to watch and sit me pretend to sing. It was so dumb.
Yeah, perfect.
What's your mountain?
Yeah, fun times. So I do actually have a pretty serious one.
Oh, good.
I know you. Look, I'll promise the next one will be a fun one, but this one is pretty serious. I'm gonna call it the SUV takeover.
Oh, I love them.
SUVs are the absolute worst things on the road.
Nah.
They're huge. They're too tall. They use way more fuel than any other cars. They're heavy. They're more dangerous to drive than normal cars.
Mm.
And nobody needs them. The thing is, like, they're often sold on having more space and being safer. They're not safer because they are more likely to roll than a normal car. In a head-on collision with a little car, you feel safer in a big car. You're higher up, it gives you a feeling of safety.
Yeah.
But they've actually tested this. They crashed a Land Cruiser or something, or a big Jeep into a Fiat Punto.
Yeah.
They smashed them together with crash test dummies and everything. The Fiat Punto one was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the crash test dummy. The car was totaled, but crash test dummy person fine.
Yeah.
The Jeep looked okay from the outside, but the person on the inside was just ruined, like broken arms and legs and all this kind of thing. So that's way more dangerous to be in.
I mean, that's a suspension and everything else thing, though. Like, you can look at, like,
the safety, like, more, like, in a crash, you're the same safe in a little car as in a big car.
Yeah.
It's just not.
You should be.
Different.
You should be.
The same amount of energy going into both cars when they impact. And, all cars have safety cells and that kind of thing. So you don't need them for safety.
Yep.
And for space, that kind of thing, generally, station wagons had more room. With the family station wagon, there are so few station wagons anymore because of the overabundance of SUVs. There has to be SUVs in every segment now.
Yeah.
It's completely killed the station wagons, which were
actually,
the coolest cars and had larger boots than SUVs because they're lower to the ground. It could be longer and everything.
I mean, the Subaru Forester, the new one that came out, it's like an incredible car. Looks amazing inside and it's just, but it's the same shape as the prior, like, wagon type thing.
Yeah.
But it is now an SUV.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they put this tiny little thing and grew it a bit.
The boots are smaller.
Well, I don't know.
They're a bit shorter, they
kind
of have to be so that they don't roll over.
Well, see, I don't have an issue with SUVs purely because when we first had Rusty, I was already getting a bad back, and we were putting him into a Subaru Liberty.
I'm not saying SUVs are useless to everyone.
No.
They have their place.
So, and putting Rusty into the car always hurt my back.
Yeah.
So when we got the SUV or the X-Trail, it was easier to just plonk him in. So I agree.
For women and elderly people, they are handy to have that higher ride peep to help their grandchildren into the cars and that kind of thing. I do get that. And people who go camping and go on adventures, they do need a high car. They need to drive over the rocks and that kind of thing.
I do feel like the X-Trail without the 4x4 is a bit of a like, why did we do this?
Yeah, and almost all the SUVs, and that's what I'm talking about, the ones that people are buying for the city. If you're going camping a lot, fine, get an SUV. But all the people who don't need them are getting them. There's like the little cars. Every company has them now. They're like Yaris, but a tall one.
Oh, yeah, there was one that was...
Polo, but a tall one.
I think it was the Rufus or the Ruckus or something.
Yeah.
Suzuki.
Yeah.
That thing looks like a tiny SUV.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're like, no one needs them. The lower cars are comfier. They're more fun to drive.
Yeah.
They do handle a lot better. They use less fuel. They're slightly safer because they're not prone to roll.
Yeah.
There's infinite benefits to having a lower to the ground car. And it has ruined a lot of supercars and that kind of thing now. Every supercar manufacturer has built an SUV now. There's a Ferrari one. It looks exactly like an MX-5
really?
with a Ferrari badge on it. And I'm sure it's fast and good performance and all that, but it's this stupid big
Porsche
SUV.
did one, which I didn't hate, though.
Porsche did one. They were the first to do the performance SUV.
That thing looks...
Performance SUVs.
Although I do hear it kicks.
It does go fast and that kind of thing, but stupid made it. And all of the energy and time put into designing these SUVs could have been putting into making cooler sports cars or station wagons or anything else.
Yep.
And it's wasted on these stupid giant SUVs. I hate it so much.
Okay.
Makes me so mad.
Look, I'm never going to agree on that. I think you're basically whinging that there's bigger cars that get in my way and
But
it's dangerous.
and they are in my way because they drive slower as well. They're slower around corners and that kind of thing.
Safer in that regard. If you're going too fast and you deserve to roll, okay? Stop being a dingus.
I do agree
with
the next generation S-Class AMG coupe, they're not going to do it. They're doing the SUV instead.
See, this is what it's
a lot
about.
Of cool cars.
This is what it's about. You're upset with Merc.
Not just Merc, everyone. Every SUV I see, the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, I don't know. It
just ruins the entire car landscape.
You know what I think I'm going to start looking into?
Smaller cars.
Motorbikes.
How cool is your little Toyota?
Oh, yeah, I do.
So good.
It doesn't...
Handles so great.
It's okay. It does what I need. It's pretty cheap to run. It gets me from A to B. It's too small, actually.
Runs way better than...
So when I'm sitting in it, I have to sit with my arm on the passenger seat.
Yeah.
I look like this, but I'm also the bulkiest guy ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Enjoy your dangerous rolly cars.
I think I'm actually going to look at getting a motorbike eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
That's even more dangerous.
Well, yeah, it is. It is.
Get an SUV motorbike, like a really tall one. Anyway, what's your mountain?
I'll talk to you about bikes later.
Okay.
My next mountain relates to us.
Okay.
Me and you.
Yeah.
And everybody else in the world.
Yeah.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
YouTubers are mountains. They're mountains of problems. They're mountains of issues. They're the worst. They are the dumbest. And there's only very few that actually are decent.
Yeah.
Okay? And what they're doing is they're inspiring every child on earth to be like, I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And every single one of them have no idea. They get when you were a kid.
You wanted to be a rock star or whatever.
I did.
Because you wanted to be the cool thing that was on TV.
No,
your kids want to be the cool thing that's on TV. It's the exact same dream.
Because when I was a little kid, I heard Nirvana.
Yeah.
And I heard Midnight Oil.
Yeah.
And I heard David Bowie.
Yeah.
And Pink Floyd. And all these great musicians that I'm like, that's a really cool thing. And then I got into Green Day Dookie. And I was like, that's sick. I want a mohawk forever. And then I got a mohawk. I'm like, this looks dumb. I then learnt guitar and I followed that dream and I was like, yes, I'm going to do music.
Yeah.
And I traveled Australia and I did it and it was fun and I loved it. But you cannot sustain a life that way unless you really, really have nothing else going on.
Yeah.
And can push it.
Yeah.
So my dreams of being a rock star died.
Yeah.
But I still write music and enjoy that.
Yeah.
Now
you're trying to live your kid's dream and become a YouTuber.
No, because this isn't a dream. Some days this is a burden. I really love this. I love doing it. I love the talking. I love the social interaction. I love what it does for people. But some days it's like, man, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to schedule that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And you're doing all the editing now, so I really appreciate it. It's taking a lot off, so I shouldn't say it's a burden. It's good.
Yeah.
But YouTubers, the YouTubers that my kids watch are these guys who are like playing Minecraft. And, oh, Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan. Oh, my God, Jonathan.
Yeah.
The way that they talk. And then there's the vloggers. The vloggers who just talk about, if I wanted to sit and listen to an opinion, I'd watch ours.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm over
They're just the easy and inspirational and loved people. And that's what they want to be.
Mm.
It's the same as the rock star thing. These are the big inspirational people that are well beloved. And you want to be that too. Yeah. because they see a lot of that now. And the rock star kind of thing is kind of more diluted now.
Yeah,
like there are still a lot of people doing it, and like YouTube, obviously, even more diluted. But
well, it is. There's
like,
it's a flooded market. There's no exciting thing. Like
successful musicians now, it seems like there's even fewer. It's like even harder to get to that.
There's no rock stars anymore. The last big rock star that came out was probably Dave Grohl.
Yeah, well, I would say like it depends how you define rock star. Like if they're making rock music, but if you're talking about like those superstars who come out on the stage and just
kill it, yeah. I suppose, well, there's no more rock stars. There's like what Kendrick Lamar. Is it him? I don't know. I can't remember his name. There's like Tyler the Creator. He released a live thing that was incredible.
Well, like I think a lot of the like Rihanna is definitely like she just has, and if you're going by like the kind of old standard that we had, that was like they had so many great albums or so many great songs and that kind of thing. Rihanna's consistently bringing out hit after hit after hit, and without changing too much, she still has her style.
But hang on, would you call Michael Jackson a rock star or a pop star?
No, but yeah, well, let's just say star, because rock star isn't really a thing, because rock music's dead. Right. Like you can't just like
rock isn't dead.
Yeah,
rock
it is.
Isn't dead.
It's pretty dead.
Just not pretty dead.
Pretty dead.
It's not dead. It's just evolved into a stage that's weird and I'm not ready for.
Yeah. Stupid now. Because look at metal. God, it's so annoying now. Like a lot of it is.
It's TikTok metal.
It's all about trying to like outdo each other with like techniques and stuff. It's not about just sounding good like it used to be.
I saw a fun video the other day though. It was like, what's a sound that every man loves? And it goes to this guy playing Seek and Destroy, like yeah. And it was like, yeah, every man loves hearing that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's yeah. A lot of genres have just been turned to shit, kind of thing.
Well, it has. So I think YouTube has contributed to the death of music and to the death of a lot of other heroic.
Spotify was probably more.
Other heroic jobs like policemen, fireys, ambos. Like, I want to be a doctor. It's like, I want to be a SoundCloud rapper. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to play games for a living.
It's not so much that people still want to be cops, and like one of your kids wanted to be a cop. It's not that they don't want to be the things that we wanted to be when we were kids. It's that there's more kind of big hero positions than there was when we were kids. So there are the heroes of the cops and the firemen and that kind of thing. And there's still the rock stars, and there's the YouTube stars and other internet things.
It's a flooded world.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like all about fame and fortune and this thing.
That's what
like,
music was too. Music was
flooded
back
in the
then.
90s, it really wasn't. It wasn't flooded. I think the 90s was where it started picking up, where kids were picking up guitars more.
Yeah, but it still would have been really hard to make it. If you're as good as you are now, in the 80s or 90s, you wouldn't necessarily make it just because you had a talented,
guitar. Yeah.
You know, it's still knowing the right people, running into the right people, the right person happening upon your music. And it's the same kind of thing as making it now. And like in YouTube and that kind of thing, it's about the right people finding your content.
I guess in the 90s, the movie Airheads was made, which explains exactly what that is. Do you remember Airheads?
Yeah, it's really good.
That was
them trying to make it.
Yeah, just like the Lone Wolves. It's like Lone Wolves. That's the dumbest name ever. It had Kramer in it.
Yeah.
God, it was good.
Yeah,
Steve.
It's impossible to make it. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well done.
Yeah.
All right, gimme. I'm gonna have a part 2 of YouTubers where I do some research and statistics because this is dumb. Okay. I wasn't ready.
I'm going to bring in my fun, lighthearted one now. Okay, so this one, we did talk about this one before, actually. I have brought it in, we have mentioned it. I almost brought it in once,
but
I decided not to. I thought I might need some more information.
Okay.
So my fun, lighthearted one this week is Burnout.
Oh, did you listen to my song again?
No.
I didn't.
So, burnout, it's basically when you overwork yourself, kind of burning a candle at both ends, working too hard at work and at home, kind of doing too much. Even just working too much at work can be burnout for some people.
Yep.
Even getting out of bed in the morning can be burnout for some people. But it can lead to serious physical and mental issues as well. Like normal insomnia, that kind of thing. So not only are you super tired all the time, you can't sleep either. Depression, anxiety, the usual things. And even cardiovascular disease. You can get heart attacks from burnout.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, so, sorry, I'm a little burnt out this week.
Yeah.
I've had so much just weird, horrible. Plus, starting a new job, like my world has just been chaos, and I'm very tired.
Yes.
I had 2 days this week where I slept for an hour or two. So I was like, even starting today, that's when I said doing this sometimes is a burden. It's not. It really isn't. It's a burden if I'm burnt out.
No, the burden is planning to get it in. Like, it's not the burden doing it. It's like the working, shit, we don't have time to do it.
Yeah. And even actually, then, putting the energy into being entertaining, sometimes like,
we've been flat for a few weeks, I think.
I listened to last week's episode, and I'm like, we're talking about poos and stuff. Like,
that's funny though. Pretty flat. Anyway, decreases productivity in a workplace as well. So if you're overworking your people, they're just going to slow down. You're not going to be able to hit your targets and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Negatively impacts professional and personal relationships, obviously.
And
across
also
the board.
Unplanned leave and everything like that. You find the highest places of burnout are places like call centers.
Yeah.
And they're the highest turnaround as well. And that's because the calls are coming in non-stop. The support is get on the phone, get off the phone, get on the phone, get off the phone.
Yeah.
When they want you to do the next thing, it's like, I just took 50 calls.
Oh, yeah.
If you're taking too long on one call, they'll tap you on the shoulder. Hey, bud, get off that call, get on another. We got queues. It's like, I'm not done with this.
Yeah.
So I worked in a call center for...
Wait a minute. I haven't finished my stats and shit.
Do your thing.
I know you keep wanting to tell your life stories. Your life stories.
Look at me. I'm
bit.
Kevin.
So these are important stats that our listeners need. They're learning right now about life, not about you.
They hear about
They'll learn about you. They want to hear
they,
about this fun
They
mountain,
came to YouTube,
which is burnout,
to be entertained.
So the Gallup survey: 23% of employees feel burned out very often or always. 23%.
Yep.
44% reported being burned out sometimes. That's a lot of people.
That is a lot. Yeah.
That's so many people being burned out, even sometimes. They reckon the World Health Organization has estimated that it costs the economy $323 billion a year.
Yeah.
In productivity costs.
So, but with burnout, there's a few different ways, right? So, burnout is a scale of, it's like enjoyment of a job versus stress, right? So
that's not what burnout is.
Well, it is. It's a scale on where you fit in this thing, because stress is naturally a good thing, right? If you're a little bit stressed, it can, like, people work through adversity and it becomes this resilience thing. It's really good. So when you're burning out, it's when either you're really bored in your job and you're not finding anything enjoyable, and like at the end of my last job, I was just making calls, and I would look at a spreadsheet. None of those
are what burnout is, but they can contribute to it.
No. I did courses on burnout.
And you're failing. Did you get an F?
No, they taught me to do this.
Yeah, those things, they're contributing to burnout, but they're not what burnout is.
Burnout is...
Yeah.
Burnout is now medically recognized as burnout. It used to be called... What did they call it? It was...
Being buggered.
No. because people physically drop from burnout now.
Mm-hmm.
But burnout through Australia, I think at this stage, since the pandemic, we're at the highest position we've ever been with burnout.
Yeah.
And what it is basically you're either bored at your job or you're working too hard at your job. The stress of the job or the lack of like reason to be there. So if you're in a job where you're completing a monotonous, boring task every single day, like I don't want to crap on my old job at all, because my old job was fantastic. It really gave me the skills to progress. And
you don't have to preface everything. You're not protecting anyone.
Yeah, well, I mean,
no one knows what your old job was.
I loved my old job.
Yeah.
But it got to a stage where I was put into a position because they knew I was moving on. It was like, let's just pop him here because it needs to be filled and we can train other people into this spot.
Yeah.
And through that position that I got into, I was calling people on their first invoices that might have become overdue.
Yeah.
So I would call them and be like, hey, did you get your bill? They're like, oh yeah, I paid it yesterday. Oh yeah, thanks, bye. I would do that every day. And it was like list after list after list after list. And eventually you go, they're literally either all paid, don't pick up.
Yeah.
Or they might discuss when they're going to pay.
Yeah.
That was it. That was my job. There was no excitement. It was boring. There was no meaning to be there because it's like they're like, what am I contributing?
Yeah.
So I was meant to put them on payment arrangements, and sometimes I did, and sometimes it just wasn't an appropriate conversation, but whatever. But there was no meaning behind that job. So that was monotonous, and I burnt the fuck out. Like I was drained. Monotony
will do that. But so can overexcitement all day, every day.
Yes.
That's why it's a contributor, but it's not what burnout is.
No, it's not. But I'm saying there's two ends of the scale, and that's how you're unfulfilled in your job.
Yeah.
Or you have too much in your life going on. Burnout, they generally particularly talk about work, not so much home life.
Yeah.
Stress is overall.
Your home life it contributes to it. It's all part of one life.
Yes.
Burnout will affect both sides of your life and is affected by both sides.
It was explained to me this week in this new job, because of the pressure that I'm on in this new job, or the type of work it is. They explained it as we all have a bucket. So your bucket is basically, we're on 34 minutes. Your bucket is basically, you have this bucket, and that one bucket contributes to your home life, your work life, and everything that happens. So as you fill it, as you get more workload, you don't want to spill over the top, because that's when you're exploding. That's where you're really struggling.
Yeah.
So what you do is you look at things like self-care, and you drill holes into the bucket. Like, okay, I'm going to go play some music because I enjoy that.
Yeah.
That takes the stress of some of this out, right? Or you look at a new project in your job, and that takes some of the stress out of the monotony.
Yeah.
Or you employ another person. You're constantly looking for these other things to put holes into this bucket. Then there's the other things like depression, anxiety, PTSD, and any trauma that you've experienced prior. And that's like a little bit of concrete at the bottom of the bucket. So you've already got this to deal with, but then this open space is what you've got to work with.
Yeah.
The way that I like to look at it is like your health bar in Fallout, like the radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So burnout is basically you're stressed, you're depressed, and everything else that's happening, and you can't fix it.
Yeah.
It's all about...
Yeah, it's all too much.
It's all too much.
Everything becoming too much.
Are we educating?
Yeah.
Are we educating?
Yeah,
okay,
we already educated them on that.
No, we told them what it was. This is how you fix it.
No fixes. This isn't a cure. This is just a mountain.
I'm telling you.
Unfixable.
I'm going to tell you how to fix it. Look out a window.
Quit your job. No. Quit your job. Move to a tropical location.
Yeah.
Drink crap out of a coconut.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Enjoy that forever.
If you could live on a tropical...
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
I couldn't.
Need my video games.
No, I just don't like tropical islands.
How many tropical islands have you been to?
I don't know. I just don't like the heat.
You've never been to one, have you?
Yeah,
but you like the ocean.
Hot, you're just like...
you're like,
roll
the
into the
waves splash
sea.
onto you. Yeah, roll
What if
into
you got
the
sunburnt
sea.
though?
You wear sunscreen. So anyway, this is a pretty flat one because we are tired. Has been a long week.
The last thing you're bringing is burnout.
That was my fun, light-hearted one.
Dick.
I had some fun, light-hearted facts about it. I have even more stats on it, by the way.
Tell me them.
And links. Okay, here. Okay, this is a bit. 50% of physicians and 28% of nurses are affected by it.
Wow, really?
Yep.
I suppose.
Job burnout. Never mind. Oh yeah, job burnout has been found as a 2.6 times increase in the risk of developing type 2 diabetes.
Yes, it has. Hang on a minute. Type 2, that's the fat kind.
Well, maybe you got to be fat and burnout.
Well, maybe you're burnt out because you're fat.
Maybe.
You're missing opportunities. You're not exercising enough, and exercise is great for because you got like 4 different chemical things in your brain.
Yeah.
Like dopamine is the quick, good one.
Yeah.
But then there's like serotonin. You want the big, slow release. Anyway, so
diabetes is the release of fat into your person.
Lots of sugar, and then your insulin can't process. How would you explain diabetes?
I don't know. I'm not a diabetes expert. When we bring that in as mountain, because every issue on the planet we will bring in at some point. So diabetes will be on the list. Let's not spoil that episode now.
Hey,
what?
Should we get a diabetic on?
Yeah, we'll get diabetic in and make fun of them.
No.
Yeah.
One of our
what's
patrons is a diabetic.
There's a...
But a type 1.
Oh.
The good kind.
There's a type of diabetes you can get while you're pregnant, and it's only through your pregnancy that you have it, and then it's gone after the baby comes out.
Preeclampsia is something else.
It's got some fancy word. I used to know all the fancy words, but no, I can't remember. Anyway,
it's
been real.
Thanks
Have
for
fun.
watching. You can
Wait.
catch it.
Our mountains were SUV takeover.
Dumb.
Oh, hate them. It'll be downvoted because all of our listeners drive SUVs. Drive them into a dealership and trade it in for a nice, sleek wagon.
I wouldn't mind a wagon again.
Wagons are so
Your
good.
VS was sick.
Yeah, I saw a VS wagon the other day. I'm like, I have to buy another one.
But the shift as well, like you won't find that ever
shift,
again.
No, I'll never find that again.
Yeah.
And burnout.
Okay, mine was. Oh shit! I just deleted it. Knees and YouTubers.
Yeah.
All right, you can vote for them on Reddit or the Patreon. You don't need to be a patron, but you can sign in. How the hell does it work?
If you have a Patreon account at all, you can vote.
Bye, Hungers.
Bye, Hungries.
We're dads. Oh, how do you do it? How do we do it? Bye.
Bye. Okay. That was a rough one.